Louisiana braces for slow-moving possible weekend hurricane. New Orleans AP, a potential tropical storm brewing in the Gulf of Mexico, presents twin troubles for coastal Louisiana and Mississippi, the possibility that the flooded Mississippi River will be lapping at the tops of levees this weekend, and a danger of flash floods like the one that unexpectedly walloped New Orleans on Wednesday. The Gulf of Mexico disturbance that dumped as much as 8 inches 20 centimeters of rain just 3 hours in parts of metro New Orleans was forecast to strengthen into a tropical depression Thursday, then a tropical storm called Barry Thursday night, and, possibly, a weak hurricane by Friday. The biggest danger in the days to come is not destructive winds, but ceaseless rain, the National Hurricane Center warns.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.